Hi everybody, this is Christy from the Be the Light YouTube channel. I thank you so much for stopping by and I send you love continuously. Today is June the 1st. We are just days, a few weeks here into the summer solstice, and we have several eclipses coming up this month and into the beginning of July. I really tend to stay away from topics that have to do with politics and violence. I don't want to bring up specifics because it's just not who I am any longer. It doesn't, again, make me gullible, ignorant to what's taking place. We always have a choice at what we are going to observe, and when we choose to observe only truth, we will only take in truth. That's who I am. And it hasn't been easy. I have done what I have had to do to get to this type of being. There is a lot going on this planet, politically and violently now, as a result of certain things taking place. Throughout your awakening process, your spiritual growth process, which is happening as on a mass level, you will begin to understand in time that what you see outside of you is a result of the emotional baggage, trauma, pain that's within you. You'll get to a point in time where the things that you see outside of you will not have an effect upon you. Not all the time. It won't be consistent. Sometimes you'll be at that right level of understanding, and sometimes you'll fall back down. And that's okay. That is still a part of the process. It's our job to just observe. Observe what's going on into the relationship of how we feel. How we feel shows us trauma, beliefs. And we're supposed to ask ourselves, is this in alignment with the truth that I know I am and the truth that I know that I want? And the purpose of this video was to speak about a wide variety of things here. To speak about your higher self, higher consciousness, your great awakening, this new earth that is taking place. I've talked a lot about mass awakening taking place on this planet, especially since this year began. This entire year is going to be an awakening, major awakening for a lot of individuals. What does that truly mean? In order to wake up, something has to shake you. Something usually has to create trauma within you to begin the cycle of thinking, to begin the cycle of reflecting, of going within and seeing those emotions, of seeing that darkness within you. It creates such a shock within you that you begin waking up. A lot of times when people begin to wake up, they have been through an intense amount of pain. They have seen and witnessed a lot of pain. And however long it takes for them to be within that type of pain or lower energy, it will be just that. But that's when the ball gets rolling into this higher self of you. When you begin to ask why, and you begin to reflect on spirituality, you are waking up. And in this waking up process, there's a purging, a major purging that will take place. And I heard an example of what purging truly is. It's just like when we eat or drink too much, we burp, hiccups, all kinds of other things to release that buildup. There's some that are very uncomfortable, some that are very disgusting, some that are just natural. It's all natural. But as we do our emotional purging, it becomes a little more intense. Our spiritual purging is very intense. It has to do with trauma, limitations, all of those lower vibrational emotions, events in our lives that we have failed to truly assess. Because we are going through this mass awakening as humans here on Earth, there's a specific reason as to why. Earth is raising her vibration. She is raising her consciousness herself. She is waking up to more as well, to that new Earth that we all have heard so much about. Now, your idea about what New Earth is might be completely different based upon teachings. In order for Earth to increase her vibration, raise her consciousness, there must be something else kind of taking place, and that something else is in the heavens. Energy and light, change and transformation. The sun has been giving off tons of solar flares, especially within this past, I don't know, it's been a lot within the last couple of months, the last week. And there is a direct correlation between solar flares and human consciousness. And there's also a relationship between the Earth's vibration and human consciousness. Consciousness is energy. Our thoughts and our emotions and the actions that we take out of it are energy. Everything we see, say, and do is energy based upon your own perception, your understanding, your belief system. That's why we can have two different viewpoints on one same thing. If you have two people and you ask them, their idea about something is completely different. So when there is a change in solar activity, like I said, it is very known to influence the human consciousness. And they also affect the central nervous system. Brain activity, human behavior, your mental, emotional, and physical changes. It can all be felt during a solar flare. You can feel nervous, anxious, jittery, dizzy, irritable, angry, exhausted, nauseous. Some people will become very forgetful. Some will experience heart palpitations, or even head pressure and headaches during a solar flare, or after preceding a solar flare. When anything really affects us energetically, whether it is outside of us, here on this human plane, or within the skies, it causes our cellular memory to awaken, therefore to be cleared. It brings up unprocessed emotions from the past traumas and experiences that we have stored. It's kind of like recalibrating us into being our higher self. And in that process, again, is that major purging that will take place. That major release. You know, during, I said I was going to be speaking about a lot of things. Everything that is taking place outside of us is necessary, no matter your viewpoint. It's important to stay neutral. Being neutral makes it as an incident that took place, nothing else. You have no reaction, and you retain nothing. Every time you see something and you pick it up, meaning you're reacting to it, you are now a negative energy source now. Again, and the more that you observe and have that type of connection, instead of an understanding, instead of a releasing, you pick up more, and you pick up more, and you pick up more. You can never become your higher self. You can never reach that higher level of existence. You can never be that person who has the life that you want, and you're always going to complain as a result. You see people in life as a victim. Therefore, you are the victim. Throughout your awakening process, you're always going to be asked, to let go, to surrender, and to stay neutral. Don't expect, don't react, don't desire. There's a difference between what you need and a desire. Sometimes desires create a negative emotion within us because it has the I don't have emotion or mentality within us that creates the I am not abundant in my life. I am not prosperous in my life. I am living in lacking and limitation. So be mindful of what you are desiring. I desire peace and freedom. I desire my higher self. I don't desire a new car, a new home. I desire peace within this world. I desire love in my heart. Two different types. That create differences within you. A shift in your thinking process and your emotions keeps you in alignment with the goodness that you are seeking. So I wanted to make you aware of because of the things that are going on in society. No matter how terrible it is, it's happening for a reason. And if it's getting a reaction out of you, it's for you to find the greatest solution. And you can't have a greater solution by having a negative action or a negative emotion inside. There's being a part of a solution and then being part of a problem. There's being your higher self or being the victim. There's being love or complaining. We all do our part. We all play a huge role. We all are helping, assisting when we stay in the vibration of love. When we don't become what we see. That is truly powerful. That can bring on change far more quicker than violence, than any type of negative incidents. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.